This video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as factual. This is all my opinion and for your entertainment. Thank you and enjoy. Hey everybody, this is Sonia with Melanie Goddess Life. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another astrological video. Here we are going to do another celebrity reading today. I have picked a very interesting couple, which I feel like they're interesting. I don't know if anybody else does, but I feel like I was kind of drawn to their energy. And I've been seeing him a lot more lately on social media, so I felt like that was a sign that maybe there was a reading that need to be had. This is a couple. He is in the entertainment industry. He is a rapper. He has a very, very lovely wife. Don't know too much about her because she kind of stays in the background. And he's a very interesting character. Very, very interesting character. The two people that I've chosen to take a look at their astrological chart and see what's going on with them are Kevin and Drika Gates. All right, Kevin and Drika Gates. Now, I know both of them were born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I personally don't know a lot about him. I've heard a few Kevin Gates songs that I like. I actually like the sound of his voice. Something about his voice I like. He has a great smile. He seems very charismatic, and I kind of see why. He's very charismatic. He's very funny, and I believe he's very evolved. And I'm going to take a look at his chart to see where he is in his spirituality and where she is, because they have a very interesting dynamic when you kind of look closely at their chart. And at the end of the reading, I'm going to make my predictions with regards to their relationship, because I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just going on, celebrity gossip, that they are currently separated or have broken up or living separately. There is some type of break in their relationship at this time. So I'm just going to try to figure out at the end of this reading whether or not these two people are going to come back together and what I see for them. So we're going to start with Kevin. Kevin Gates was born February 5th, 1986. I do not have a birth time, so I used the placeholder of 12 noon. He was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now, with the not having the correct birth time, the rising sign, I'm only 50% sure that it's right, so we're going to move with that. This is going to make him 36 years old. So he's an Aquarius sun, a Capricorn moon, and possibly a Taurus rising. I'm not really sure. Now, I did his relationship calculations because I do that with anyone, whether they're in a relationship, whether they're married, or whether they're single. So the relationship calculations go like this. If this is a person that was totally single, this would be the age that the person would have someone that would walk into their life for a potential long-term commitment. If the second scenario would be if the person is in a relationship and it's going well, this would be the energy of taking the relationship to another level, which could look like moving in together, marriage, engagement, or making a one-on-one exclusive monogamous commitment to each other. Third scenario could be if the person's in a relationship and the relationship is not going well. This could possibly signify a breakup. And the fourth scenario, which is kind of always kind of like the theme of all three, is this could be the time when the person starts to really get serious about one-on-one relationships, about what they want in a relationship, what they want in a partner, and start to work on how they show up as a partner. And the age in which I came up with for Mr. Gates is the age of 36. So that says to me that he's definitely in relationship energy. Depending on where he is or which scenario fits him, he's going through a period of figuring out what's going on with his long-term commitments, what's going on with his relationship, where he wants to be, where he wants to go, and making some serious decisions around his relationship. Now, first thing we're going to talk about with Kevin is the theme of his 2022, which is from his past birthday here in February till his next birthday, February 2023. This is all about Kevin's physical body, for one thing, and Kevin's energy and personality and how you receive him is going through some changes. So this could look like Kevin deciding to maybe change his style of dress, maybe change his hair. His physical body could be going through some transformations. So I don't know if he's gotten on some type of self-improvement project, or if he's been working out, or if he's changed his diet. This could look like him addressing any health issues. Now, sometimes it can bring up a health issue. So this could be him addressing his health, but this could just be him taking a serious approach to taking care of his physical body and how he shows up in his physical body. So a transformation could be coming around the way Kevin shows up in the world and how we visibly see him, but also how we experience Kevin. He could definitely be going through a transformation time where he's growing and evolving on a spiritual level. So you're going to be seeing a different Kevin, both physically and mentally, spiritually, and definitely with the energy and how you experience Kevin. So that's going to be a big theme for his 2022, is how he's showing up in the world and how people are experiencing him, and his physical body going through a transformation. The next thing we're going to talk about is some areas of Kevin's life that I see are going to have a lot of his attention. The first one that I'm going to talk about is the area that's going to benefit him the most. And this is the area that where we're going to have Jupiter transiting through the house. So in astrology, there are 12 houses that represent 12 areas of our life. And the planets, depending on, what planet it is, they're going to bring certain type of blessings or challenges or lessons as they go through the house. So the house that I feel like Kevin is going to have a lot of blessings and opportunities and growth and expansion are in his 11th house. And this is the house that governs our friends, our social groups that we're connected to. This is also, social groups online and offline. This is the area that governs technology. And this is the area that governs our long-term goals, dreams, and wishes, and unexpected blessings. So Jupiter is transiting Kevin's 11th house. It's going to be there for like slightly a year and a half. So this 2022 and a little bit of 2023 is going to be a divine time with regards to this area of his life. So this could definitely look like blessings coming through his friends or his connections with social groups. This could actually make Kevin want to be with his friends more, socialize more. This is a house that about socializing. But the difference with this is, for me, this is Kevin not just socializing for fun. This is Kevin socializing and networking, meeting new people, and that could produce new opportunities, bringing in people that more align with who he is and who he's growing into be, and they come along and they bring a blessing towards him. This is awesome energy for him, seeing a long-term goal or a manifestation actually come to fruition at this time, or seeing some type of movement in an area of a long-term goal, dream, or wish for him. This is also going to bring a lot of unexpected blessings to Kevin and a lot of possibly unexpected money out of the blue. But I would tell him with this energy, it would be great for him to socialize more, network more, making connections. This is also the area of technology. So if Kevin's trying to do something in a technological arena, I'm not really sure if that's something that he's considering. This is great energy for people that want to use their online presence to get their message out, their product out, their talent out, their art out to the masses. Because you have to remember, the 11th house is also the house of humanitarian type endeavors. So I don't know if Kevin is thinking about doing some charitable organization or some charitable work, but if that is what he's doing, or he's trying to launch some type of technology-based business or technology-based project, this is the area to do it, to get it out there in a big, grand scale. We're not just talking local. We're talking worldwide potentially. So I would definitely tell him whatever that project is he's trying to get off the ground, this is the time for this year for him to be really, really working diligently on it, because it actually can grow into a huge, huge endeavor for him. He also has Neptune in this 11th house. Now, Neptune's transit is a little bit longer. Neptune transits a house for about 14 years. So Kevin has a lot more time with this 11th house. Now, with the 11th house, with the Neptune is the planet of our intuition. It is the planet of our dreams, our imagination, but it's also the planet of sometimes confusion or delusion, or seeing things for what we want them to be and not exactly what they are. Now, while he has that blessing of Jupiter there, this Neptune could cloud his judgment on some of his friends and social groups that he's tied to. So he may be going through a period over the next several years of having the experience of having people in his life that are not necessarily who they seem. Now, they could be coming in and deceiving him or attempting to deceive him, or Kevin could be deceiving himself with regards to these people. And when I say that, that means idealizing people and seeing them for the way that you want them to be, as opposed to who they truly, truly are. So a lot of this is he's going to have to go on his intuition and his gut feeling about the energy around the people that are coming into his life over the next several years. So I just want him to be very mindful of being careful with the people that you are bringing into your circle, and just making sure that you are seeing the situation and seeing the person for who they truly are and not what you want them to be. The next thing we're going to talk about is his 10th house of career. Kevin has the Saturn placement there. Saturn takes about 2.5 years to go through a house. Now, Saturn is that energy of stability, rules, restrictions, putting down a foundation, working really hard, maturing, doing the work. So this would look like with Saturn in the 10th house, which actually is an excellent place for it to be, because this is the house of our career. This is our public image. This is our career. This is the prominent men in our family, typically our fathers in this family, authority figures, higher ups, the titles that we wear, and our reputation and how society sees us is here. Saturn, in a nutshell, basically wants you to work. Anytime it comes through a house, it's there to go in and look at the things that are going on in that particular area of your life. Because Saturn doesn't like frivolous things that don't have any value or serve any purpose. So Saturn comes in and looks around in that area of your life to see where there is value and where there is purpose. And anything other than that, Saturn takes it out, because it wants you to deal with things that are going to bring you value, that you can actually use and that means something, and they have values. So this is by way of his career. So this says to me, Kevin is actually, and I'm not saying he's never taken his career seriously, but this is a point, and he has about maybe a couple of more years, I'm going to say 1.5 years of this energy of working very, very hard with regards to his career. There could be a lot of substantial career changes for Kevin over the next 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. But he has to do the work. Saturn's not going to make this easy. Saturn wants you to work, but Saturn is one of those planets that if you do the work, I will reward you in a big way at the end of this process. So this could definitely be Saturn bringing people into his life that could push his career along. Okay. Now, again, with that Neptune energy, he's going to have to go a lot on his intuition on how he feels about these people coming into his life. Okay. But these are people that are coming in, possibly people to help him career wise, maybe a different management, maybe a creative directors, maybe that people that want to fund projects or, creative projects that he wants to do for himself. But these are authority figures, people coming in to help him push his career along, him making really, really hard decisions and possibly getting rid of people that have been in his life that have been around his career that are no longer serving it. Maybe the relationship is actually coming to an end and it's served his purpose. And it's time for him to make some hard decisions with regards to where he wants his career to go. This is all in his lap. But this is the thing of doing a lot of work and building a solid foundation. Now, this may actually have Kevin thinking about going in another career path. He is a creative, so I will never say that music won't be a part of his life, but he may actually be thinking about taking another career path that is something totally different from the music industry. I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to go in another direction with regards to his career, and it has a technology-based feel to it. I keep getting that theme of technology with him, so I'm not really sure what that is, but whatever it is, I wish him the best of luck with it, and I send him positive energy on it. But he could have a major career change that he makes for himself that is going to be very surprising for everyone, with regards to the area that he goes into. Now, this is the area that also governs title changes. So this is why I feel like there may be a career shift with him and he goes into a totally different direction. I don't know if Kevin is trying to get into making an app of some sort or doing something online business. I'm not sure, but it's got a technology-based feel to it. That's all I can say with that. I forgot my train of thought. But anyway, him working really hard with title changes. That's what it is. This is how I'm pretty much sure that there's going to be a major career shift with him over the next couple of years that we totally did not see coming. Just totally didn't see coming for him. This is also, like when I say titles, that means what we know him as. We know him as Kevin Gates, the artist. So his title may change. He may be next Kevin Gates, the artist, that goes to Kevin Gates, the IT guru, or Kevin Gates, the cryptocurrency guru, or something about his title changes in a way that we know him or see him differently. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is his Pluto in the 9th house. Definitely a transformative energy there. And I can kind of feel it just with things that I see him online with. I've reposted a couple of his inspirational quotes that have really touched me. And we're going to talk about that too, because I do believe that Kevin has at some point in his life will be going into the direction of being some type of spiritual guru or mentor. But anyway, right now he has Pluto in the 9th house. Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's the planet of death and rebirth, literally and figuratively. It's the planet of power and evolution. So Pluto takes many years to go through a house. So it's a transformative energy. It's a slow moving planet. So it's not one of those planets where you can see it and feel the energy. This is the subtle energy. This is the transformation of Kevin Gates over the years. And it is at a really critical degree. So I believe in the next year, something transformative is going to happen with Kevin by way of things that have to do with the 9th house. International travel, higher education, the law, so legal things. His faith, his religious beliefs, his spirituality, and his belief system as a whole in how he sees the world. I can actually see the transformation going on with him now. So this is what Pluto is for, to transform us and evolve us and take us to another level. It's, again, the planet of death and rebirth. So this could see Kevin Gates a dying off of his beliefs and what he's held close to him. He may have belief systems that he had for himself that he thought would never change. And then all of a sudden, they don't align with him. So they're literally dying off, and his belief system is being rebirthed in a different way. So I do believe he's actually going through that transformation now. His Pluto is at a really critical degree for change of that. So there may have been something very significant or, impactful that sent him in a totally different direction with regards to what he believes in, his values, his morals, how he sees the world, and what represents him. This could also be a transformation in his religious beliefs, in his faith. He may be thinking about changing faiths, or maybe he's thinking about adding different spiritual practices. This would be great for him to do international travel. And I would suggest that he do one of those eat, love, pray type things where he goes to another country to find himself spiritually, where he goes to study how other people worship, how other cultures worship. This would be a great time for him to learn a foreign language. That's what I would say to him if Kevin Gates was looking at this video. But transformation in those areas, and he may be thinking about going back to school. And because this is the area of higher education, our first thought is going back to college, but this could be educating ourselves in a higher level. So you don't necessarily have to be in a traditional setting for school. This could be educating yourself through travel, through books, through aligning yourself with foreigners. Foreign people are going to be very important for him over the next several years, but particularly over the next couple of years. Foreigners are going to be very impactful in his life and change his life in a very transformative type way. Again, we talked about that Neptune in the 11th house, being very mindful of people that are coming into your life, people, especially people that claim to be your friend. Just being mindful of those relationships. He has Uranus in the 12th house. Uranus usually transits a house for about 7 years. So Kevin's had this here for a while. He may have this Uranus there for about another 3 years or so. And I would not be surprised if Kevin has not been having paranormal experiences. Kevin has probably, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to say it because I believe in it. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin hasn't been receiving major downloads, number one. Number two, people that have transitioned over, I would not be surprised have not been visiting him and will continue to visit him with messages. I can believe that Kevin probably has been doing time travel. And I know that sounds crazy. Somebody goes like, girl, you sound crazy. But astral projection, astral travel, where he literally leaves one space and maybe goes into the future or goes into the past. He is going to have and has been having a lot of paranormal experiences that will continue on for the next few years. So yes, yes. And this is going to be definitely reinforced with this node that he has transiting through his 12th house and 6th house. There is a lot of healing that is going on with Kevin. There's a lot of internal things that are coming up that he may have thought that he had suppressed or he had dealt with. All those things are coming up. It's time for Kevin to heal. It's time for Kevin to purge. It's time to Kevin to address those things in himself that, number one, he hides from others, and number two, he hides from himself. So he is doing a lot of internal work. A lot of internal work. He's going to have a lot of assistance from the ancestors. So I can definitely see him connecting with his ancestors. They're coming to him to help him with this transition. And he might be dealing with situations that have to deal with people that are in confined spaces. Maybe a hospital, prison, rehab of some sort, or maybe someone that is in the confinement of their mind. Maybe this is him. I'm not really sure, but he's definitely going through that, both doing a lot of work on himself and dealing with and healing mentally and physically and spiritually. I think that's a great thing. He's also going through a Pluto square. Let me see where his Pluto square is. Let's see. It's in the 9th and it's squaring off in the 6th. So he has a Pluto square. That's interesting. Okay, so he has a Pluto square. So that's his natal Pluto is squaring off with his transiting Pluto. And it's really putting a lot of pressure again on that ninth house and his natal sixth house and how he is of service to others and his health, mental health. I'm wondering if Kevin is going through a period of some type of dynamic of a power struggle with regards to him going in a different direction on a different spiritual path and separating himself from his desire to be of service to others. I don't know if he's had this issue where he's felt that he's had to take care of or be indebted to other people, and now he's having an issue with how do I, be in the space of what I need and what I believe in, as opposed to trying to be of service to others. I'm not really sure how that relates to each other, but that's where that Pluto square is. Also, we're going to talk briefly about his love life. I want to know if I want to wait until I want to do that at the end. I'm going to wait and do that at the end when I sum it up. But that's what I see for the energy around Kevin Gates now and what's going on with him. So we're going to move on over to Drika. Drika was born August 31st, 1986. I don't have a birth time for her either. And she was also born in Baton Rouge. She's currently 35 years old. She is a Virgo sun, and she epitomizes Virgo to me when I see her. Just her energy just gives me Virgo. So she's a Virgo sun, Cancer moon, Scorpio rising. Oh, this is a very intuitive woman. Very, very intuitive. She's got a Cancer moon and a Scorpio rising. I would not doubt that Drika has some psychic ability. She has some spiritual gifts. I'm hoping that she's tapped into them. But even if she hasn't, they've shown up in her life all the time. She cannot run from this gift, even if she wanted to. So this is a woman that's very, very intuitive, all of that. Now, I did her relationship age. The age in which I came up for her is actually 36. So, closer to her next birthday in September, there may be a dynamic change with regards to her relationship. And I'm going to give this caveat because I was looking at Kevin's natal chart in his 7th house of relationships. And let me see what Drika's looks like. Even though it appears that the two of them are separated, I don't necessarily think they're separated in the sense that people think what people would define as separated. Kevin in his 7th house, one of the planets he has there is Uranus. And if anybody knows anything about Uranus, that is the planet of just doing things totally, totally different, unpredictable changes, unpredictable events, going against the grain. Uranus does not want to be like anything else. And it sits in his 7th house, which says to me that Kevin has an unconventional way of approaching relationships. So whereas us looking at their relationship may look like that they're separated, like they ain't together anymore, this could just be the dynamic of their relationship. One of the things with Uranus, especially in the 7th house, this can actually have someone that's in a relationship that is long distance. So they actually live in 2 different places, but they are still in the relationship. This could bode for a lot of unpredictability and unexpected changes. And I think I heard something with the video when she said she just automatically, she woke up one day and she decided she was going to move to the farm. So an unpredictable change in the logistics of them living together. And this could also look like, and I don't know this for certain, they have a different type of marriage. And it may not necessarily be your traditional marriage with, the traditional way you get married. They may have made like more like a spiritual union with each other, or they have a spiritual union contract with each other. This is allegedly, I'm just guessing, but don't think that their relationship is what you think it is. It's not. These two people are really, really connected, and we're going to get to that at the end. So right now, for Miss Drika, what I see coming up for her, again, at the age of 36, there may be another unexpected shift in their relationship of some sort. So right now, she has Jupiter in the 4th house. It's been there for the last year or so. It's about to leave out of the 4th house. So some of the things with Jupiter in the 4th house, this explains her moving. So this has everything to do with her moving. This explains her doing this thing where healing her family. I wouldn't be surprised if she's done a lot of work with regards to healing her family dynamics, bringing her family closer. And when I say family, and we're talking about the family she comes from and the family that she makes for herself, maybe even just healing from any type of family traumas that she may have experienced and letting those go. But this boded well for a lot of changes within the dynamics of her family. So that explains the move that she made. Now, this Jupiter is actually going into her 5th house. It should be there probably no later than May of this year. It's going to stay there for a year, maybe a year and a half. Now, the 5th house is all about children, procreation, romance, dating, creative projects, or self-expression. Number one, we could be hearing about a baby. She could possibly get pregnant during this time. So anytime when that Jupiter gets in that 5th house, starting in May until next May, Miss Drika could find herself announcing a pregnancy. That's one of the things that could come up. If it's not a pregnancy, this is about her children, bringing her a lot of joy, bringing her a lot of healing. Her children are just being in a really, really good space with her. And her just enjoying that time with her children. There may be some milestones that her children are reaching that she's very proud of and being a part of. So children playing a really active role in her life. This could bring the romance back to her life. So I'm thinking that I could possibly see a reconnection with her and Kevin. Something's going to happen with her coming up to her next birthday. So this is about romance. And maybe this is about just her finding self-love for herself. But this could definitely bode for romance coming into her life. Her creativity is going to be on 10. So I would say to Drika, if she had any type of hobbies or things that she loves, this will be great energy for her to throw herself into her creative projects. And she might find that something that she loves could possibly be parlayed into a business of some sort. Just putting it out there. Now, she's going to have Saturn actually just went into her 4th house. So where Jupiter was in there for that 4th house and it's leaving, Saturn is going into that 4th house to stay there 2.5 years or so. So this is about putting down foundation. This is about putting down roots. Now, sometimes Saturn can come in and dredge up situations and bring attention where there's cracks in this area of your life. So again, this is home, this is family, this is marriage. So this could definitely bring up some uncomfortable moments or some uncomfortable issues that she needs to address. But again, Saturn is there to bring the value and the purpose and the foundation and the maturity to this. So even though this may be very uncomfortable, this is a good energy for her to work out everything that she needs to work out with regards to family. And I'm not sure if she's going to buy another property, or this may be just her saying that this is my final home. I'm not going to be moving around too much more. This is going to be the space that I'm going to be in for the next few years. And that's just the way it is. Okay. And this could also bring up energy around her mother or prominent women in her family. There may come up an issue may come up with regards to her mother. I'm not really sure if her mother is still with her. I'm assuming she is. But this could bring up maybe a health issue or a situation where her mother needs her. And she needs to assist her in some way. So we'll see. I hope not. She has Pluto in the third house, again, a very, very long transit. This is all about Drika finding her voice. Finding her voice. If she's ever felt like she wasn't heard, or if she's ever felt like what she's saying doesn't matter, or she doesn't communicate effectively, this is a period over the next year of her finding her voice. Again, it's at a critical degree. So this could definitely be her finding her voice, voicing what's going on. She may actually start to be more vocal with regards to media. So this could be Drika stepping up her media presence. I could possibly see her doing a podcast or YouTube, or her doing some type of voiceover work or something that puts her out and gets her message out. Okay. Whatever that may be, I'll leave that up to her. She has Neptune in the fifth house. Neptune in the fifth house, again, intuition, dreams, imagination, but a little bit of delusion. So I need her to be careful if she is going to decide to date. Now, like I said, I don't know the dynamics of her and her marriage. I don't know what's going on with that. But just say, for instance, if she was deciding to date, I need her to just be very careful of idealizing people that come into her life on a romantic level. See them for who they are, okay? Not for what you want them to be. Just, that's what I would say to that. And I'm just going to leave it there because I don't know the dynamics of that. She has Uranus in the sixth house for maybe a year or so more. This is all about her health and fitness, mental and physical health, her day-to-day work routine, her day-to-day work environment, her service to others, unexpected changes in that area. But this also looks like the thing of taking care of herself differently. So I am a big advocate of traditional medicine. I am not a medical professional, so I never dispense medical advice. But this energy with Uranus there is all about her taking a very, very holistic approach to taking care of herself mentally and physically. This also could see a change in her diet drastically. She may become vegan, vegetarian. She just may start to eliminate certain foods from her diet, but taking a very different approach and a more holistic approach to taking care of herself and her body and her mental health. And this bodes for her work life or work environment or day-to-day routine. Just all of a sudden there's changes, just big changes in how she does her day-to-day life, just big changes. She also has her north node in the seventh house and that south node in the first house. This is a woman that is dealing with relationship issues. She's learning and growing and dealing with how she does one-on-one relationships. So this is why I feel like there's going to be some type of major shift closer to her birthday in September with regards to her relationship. There's definitely going to be a change because she's definitely in the energy of trying to figure out what is going on with my one-on-one relationships. And this doesn't just mean within her marriage or within her commitment to Kevin. This is all her one-on-one relationships. This is business. This is personal. This is family. These are the relationships that we consciously go into with another person. So she's dealing with how do I do those relationships in a healthy way. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the two of them and the type of people that they're drawn to or where their long-term committed person is going to be. Kevin's ruler of his seventh house sits in his sixth house. So how that works out for him with regards to a marriage partner or a long-term partner is, first and foremost, this is someone that he can do business with, that he works really, really well with, and could probably do well in a business setting with this person. This could be someone that, because it's in the sixth house, this could be someone that's either a doctor or a healthcare worker or someone that provides a service to other people. So a hairdresser, a waitress, customer service reps, or this could be someone that is very, very conscious about their health because it sits in the sector that governs health. So that he has that. His love language is acts of service. His love language is acts of service. And he loves to help. He loves to help. So this is why I'm thinking that Pluto square that we talked about earlier for him is really affecting him with regards to his innate ability or desire to help others in some way. But I think maybe he's trying to do it on a global scale more or something like that. Now, with the sixth house being lit up, he is very, very picky about who he chooses as a partner. Highly, highly picky. Because the sixth house is a house that is ruled by Virgo. And if you know anything about Virgo energy, they are very, very picky when it comes to their relationships. So I could definitely see him not wanting to, when he settles on a lifetime mate, he's going to basically stay with them because he's very picky. He is very, very picky. Now, Drika, her ruler of her seventh house is actually in her 12th house. So that says to me, because I got my notes here, this can be a little bit of a challenging position. Sometimes this draws to her people that could be unavailable. And that could be defined in many different ways. Maybe this is someone that is unavailable to her because they're in another relationship. Or they're unavailable because, you know, they're emotionally connected to someone else. Maybe they're unavailable because they're in a different place logistically. They're not physically in the same place. Or this could draw to her someone that really is emotionally unavailable. And that's just the way they are. Their energy is, they kind of have an energy of, they can check out from their emotions. They can put their emotions on the shelf and they can disconnect from emotion. Kevin is an Aquarius sun. This is notorious. Aquarius know how to detach. So this could draw to her someone that's available in that sense. She also could have someone that maybe suffer from addictions or mental health issues. She probably draws a lot of people to her like that because she has some healing energy about herself. Someone that she has to make a lot of sacrifices for. She needs to be just very mindful of not getting delusional when it comes to her relationship. She needs to be very, very planted, feet on the ground, and seeing things the way they are and not like she wants them to be. Now, this also draws to her very artistic partner, a very sensitive partner, even though they can detach their emotions when they are checked into their emotions, a very sensitive partner, but an artistic partner. But this also is a very karmic connection. This is a very karmic connection that she's drawn into her. And so this is how I feel like her and Kevin are karmically connected. So we're going to talk about them together just a little bit. I do believe that there's a definite karmic connection with the two of these people. I don't think even if these people decided to go their separate ways and not be in a relationship with each other, they would still have this deep connection to each other. Even if they decided to go on and be with other people, they are karmically drawn to each other, which says to me, I feel like Drika and Kevin probably were in a relationship many, many lifetimes. And they probably, when they met, they felt like they knew each other already because they've met so many times before in different lifetimes. This is a very heavy, heavy energy. And with karmic relationships, in my opinion, the reason they keep repeating themselves is because there is a hurt, there is a wound, there is something that needs to be healed and addressed in order for these people to finally be together the way they need to be together the way they want to be together. If Drika and Kevin do not get this together in this lifetime, I would not be surprised if they are going to meet again in another lifetime and do this all over again until they get it right. This is a heavy, heavy energy. I definitely would not count them out relationship-wise. So My predictions for Kevin and Drika are they love each other. They love each other. I think they are divinely made for each other. And I think they are, I think their relationship is a blessing and a curse at the same time because they cannot detach from each other. It doesn't matter. They cannot detach from each other. So they have got to fix this. If they want this karma, if they want this karma to leave the relationship in this lifetime, they have to fix it now. Other than that, they're going to never, their souls are always going to meet, and it's always going to be an issue until it's fixed. Do I see them getting back together? I could possibly see them getting back together later this year. And when I say getting back together, which I don't really think they're apart, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't think they're apart. I think they're on a break of some sort, but it's a different type of break with us. Their dynamic of relationship is very unique and very different. And from someone on the outside looking in, it may seem very crazy, dysfunctional, not normal to us, but to them, they understand it. And that's all that matters. But do I see a reconciliation with the two of them being together? And this is my person and da da da. Yeah, I could possibly see that closer to her birthday in September. So that would be late September into 2023. That's my prediction on the two of them. Are they going to be seeing each other in between that time? Yeah, because I honestly think she's going to get pregnant. So that's my prediction for Drika Gates and Kevin Gates. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reading. Again, as I always say, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my opinions only and my interpretation of the astrology. Please do not take anything that I said as factual. And if you are interested in your own personal reading, please visit my website at www.melaningoddesslife.biz. Follow me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, follow me here on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for your viewing this video, and I will talk to you a little later. Bye-bye.